Hey, Dan here. I've been getting a lot of responses from you guys on the ENFP video about friends and why you should be picky. And first of all, thanks for your comments. Thanks for all the awesome support and presumably sharing on the video just based on how quick the views have grown here. But the biggest question that came up is how do I actually make those friends? How do I change my peer group, meet those people? And first thing I would say is, as an ENFP, you got nothing to complain about. Making friends, meeting new people, that's going to be easy for you. So as ways to make a change in your life, this is probably one of the easiest things that you can do. Now, when it comes to actually where do you find those people, first thing I would ask myself is, where would those people be? Like, okay, imagine it's something simpler, like you want to become a dancer. All right, so you want to become a dancer. Where would you go to meet friends who would support you in that quest? Probably, just to, think about it, probably like a dance school, maybe. Might be a good place to start. Maybe you want to get in physical shape, you might go to a gym. So think about it. If you want to become an entrepreneur, go to meetups, go to events. I don't want to be promoting my own stuff here too much, but when I started as an entrepreneur, the places that I met the best entrepreneurs were paid events. I went out to conferences, to workshops. Sometimes they were thousands of dollars, but that's where I met people who were also really invested like I was, and were very serious about their own personal development here. Show you the castle back here in Prague. Terrible place to be hanging out on a Monday. So think about going to events and just where those people would be. Again, could even be online. I don't do a lot of Facebook groups and that personally. I just think it's a lot better to make friends, either with video chat or actually in the flesh or whatever. But a lot of people have luck with that as well. And the biggest thing though I want to add is you got to make room for new friendships, and that means saying no. And saying no is not an easy thing for us ENFPs. Saying no to people, cutting people out of our lives, saying no to plans. By default we want to say yes. If someone asks us to hang out, we want to say yes. But the thing is, you got to start to say no to make room for those new friends. We all have a need to spend time with people, to be social, to have friendships. And if you already have a decent group of friends, decent but not good, and you're already filling up your weekend spending time with them, you're already calling them when you need someone to talk to, you probably don't have a lot of room for those new friendships. And you might actually get a lot out of it by first ending some time sucks, ending some relationships that don't really serve you, maybe getting rid of some other activities you do, whether it's people or activities, things that is wasting your time, and make room for those new relationships. And what you'll probably find is when you have room for the new relationships, it will become a lot easier to meet those people because you're going to be driven so you don't end up just hanging out alone all the time. I wanted to add, don't be afraid to reach out to people. Most people are not as happy with their social lives as they would like to be. Especially, I found a lot of entrepreneurs, we're so focused in our business, we don't make the time to spend as much time with friends. So don't be afraid to be the one who reaches out, who, you meet someone who's interesting at an event and reach out to them and just say, hey, why don't we get together, grab a beer, go play golf, I don't know, whatever it is people do. And the other thing that I really recommend doing is bringing people together. So throw parties. In a few days, my 4th or 5th annual Halloween party is happening here in Prague. That event has generated hundreds of thousands of dollars of business for people who've been there, who've met each other, for connections that have formed. And it's also a way for me to get to know people better, people that I otherwise might know casually. I can invite them out. So I'd really recommend that as well. Think of something you can do. If you're in a smaller town and there's not a cool meetup in your area for entrepreneurs, then make a meetup for entrepreneurs. Be the leader. And that will be the absolute quickest way to make those relationships. Ultimately, it's up to you. And You've got to put in time. The cool thing is that changing up your peer group, meeting those friends, is such a great way to make a change, and it is so important, as I said in the last video. It just takes a little effort, but your ROI, your return on that effort, is going to be fantastic. So find ways to do it. Look for where people will be who are like you, who have similar interests, not necessarily clones of yourself, but people who want to do the same kind of things you do. Go out, meet them, make plans after, bring people together, become that organizer, and the rewards will be awesome. Thanks for watching. Hope you found this a little bit of an extra value add. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in another video soon.